Oh, stacking has been it's been re-added.
You got your wish. You got your wish.
Oh, bee sting is now a status effect, and Space City has been reworked.
Wow. A one reworked map. We might as well include it in this video. Okay, so Swarmer it has been reworked to bring out its potential boss killing potential, single target potential. So they've kept a similar vibe to it previously because the Swarmer was used as a boss killing machine previously. Not so well in Hordes, apart from the Beehive Grenade, but the Beehive Grenade just causes all sorts of messing things up. Multiple Swarmers can now stack bees on the same target, allowing the player to stack multiple damage over time sources on a single target. So they have re-added stacking. They have re-added stacking from, I believe the last time it was in the game was Overhaul Update, ever since they fixed that desync glitch. And yes, so a bunch of change.
Good God, this guy is ugly.
I would like to clarify, right? Because of the nature of the job that I work in a laboratory. I have actually seen a bee suit. This is very similar to the bee suits used in labs. I would like to clarify.
What, you work with bees?
I don't work with bees, but I know other people who do work with bees, and they have bee suits similar to this. So I'm just saying it's more biologically or more laboratorily accurate, shall we say? But yeah, no, their suits are beige. They're not actually white. Do I know a white bee suit? Quite frankly, I don't actually. All of these bee suits I've seen are beige, never white.
I've seen white bee suits. They're more probably common in America.
Yeah, beige is more common in the beige is more common in my lab. Clarify.
Yeah, those exist in the USA too. I've seen them too. No, Honey Valley.
Oh yeah, no, Honey Valley. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I agree. Honey Valley is the ideal map for this.
And you're also gonna agree that you're gonna put Nicolas Cage in the thumbnail.
No, I do. I cause an injunction. Okay, so it throws honey at enemies. Okay, and it stacks. So it's like bleeding. So, but unlike the previous Swarmer incarnation, that Swarmer only targeted enemies when they weren't being stung. This Swarmer targets the actual first enemy, and it does damage over time. So that's an update. So what else does it have? Its damage has decreased from 2 to 1, but this now stacks with enemies. Okay. Its range has increased from 12 to 13, and that's it. Okay.
B debuff stats. Oh, that's what it's called, B debuff.
Yes, because it's now a debuff rather than a status effect. Well, again, I don't know. Stinging is like a damage type, actually, rather than a status effect, whereas this is actually now a status effect or a debuff, whatever you want to call it. Also, yeah. it kind of looks weird. It looks like a stun particle, I can't lie.
I definitely prefer the original.
Yeah, the original animation, probably better than this. Like, this... it's
Set this the strongest. Set the strongest. Because right now, it's Great Sting Honey.
Does it do... Okay, so previously, I don't know how long its damage over time is. It's 3 seconds. Okay, so it damages 3... So it's basically the same as it was before. For 3 seconds, it damaged enemies. Except this time, it has... It looks like it has a throwable element and then a damage element to it. At least that's from what I see. Yeah, so it seems like there is the non-damage element. There's the initial damage element of it, which deals 1 damage, and then the damage over time, which also deals 1 damage. Okay, so upgrading it...
Don't worry, if things get dicey, I have Plan B.
You have consumables. Okay. Okay, so level 1, its upgrade cost has not changed, but there's an increase of 150 coin, 150
Actually,
cash.
It's not doing too bad.
Yeah, 1 tower, by the way. This is 1 tower, 450, except it's let 1 through. Anyways, yeah. So level. No, get another Swarmer. Well, how about that? No, you continue farming. Okay, okay. So its damage has increased from 1 to 2 at this level. Well, from the previous level. Here, it actually remains... So, no, wait. Its damage claims... In the update log, it says its damage has decreased from 2 to 1. But that surely is the damage over time element. Yes, it's the damage over time element, not the actual throwable element. The throwable element has actually remained the same at 2 damage. But the damage over time element has remained... has decreased from 2 to 1. So... That means it deals 2 damage initially, and then the 3 damage... So it deals 5 damage overall to an enemy at a fire rate of 2. Meanwhile, its range has increased from 12 to 13. Very cool. Its B tick rate has increased from 0.75 seconds to 1 second. So actually, the amount of damage it deals over time has actually decreased as well. So it's nerf. But it does spread out its damage more effectively, and it can target first enemies quite effectively, as you can see here. So it seems like they haven't completely made the Swarmer... You used a Ducky Squad? You know how rare those things are? Why would you use a Ducky Squad? Anyways, it seems like instead of completely reworking the Swarm, they have kept some original... Well, not original elements. They've kept some of the reworked elements from the previous rework in this version, aka the damage over time and the stacking potential. Well, stacking potential on the first enemy. But they've changed some things up, like changing its targeting based on if an enemy is being damaged or not already by the Swarmer. You know, you waste...
Also not... It's not very good against Horde.
No. Also, why would you waste the Ducky Squad? Again, do you not realise how rare those things are? Oh, also, I just realised the effect of the bee thing surrounds the Swarmer, at least at level 1. Is it only at level 1?
Set it to first.
It is. They're all on first. Look, the Swarmer bee cartoon effects are around this Swarmer, as you can see here. Although
this bee effect sucks. Return to the original one. And it doesn't make enemies go crazy.
Doesn't make enemies go crazy. Is that the only reason?
Trash rework.
I don't like this effect, to be fair. Compared to the original one, I don't like this effect. And I don't like the fact that it seems like its face got injured. Like, it seems a bit goofy.
I don't ask you.
Actually, I do wonder, how many Swarmers can you stack on an enemy?
What if it has a placement limit?
It looks like there's a limit of... Wait, no. It's stacked 3 that time. So, I don't know how... maybe there's a limit? I don't think there is. I don't see a limit. And hidden. Right, okay. Can the Swarmer detect hidden at any level? No, it can't. I don't think so. No. Okay, I don't think the Swarmer can actually detect hidden at any level. I wonder if it can damage leads. I think previously it could. It still keeps its Beehive Grenade ability. Very cool. Right, so... At level 2, its cost has increased, upgrade cost, from 350 to 500, meaning its total cost has increased at this level by 300. Meanwhile, its damage has actually increased from 2 to 4 at this level. So going from, what, 1 to 4? That's amazing. Meanwhile, its range has actually decreased at this level from 16 to 15. And I think that's it. And its bee duration has decreased from 4 to 4.5 seconds.
I just realized I might have screwed you over to see the real prices.
It's fine. Well, I don't really care too much, actually, to be fair. I could just place it outside.
Just do the math.
Yeah, so total cost at level 1 is 450. At level 2, it's 750. Sorry, at level 1, it's 750. Level 2, it's 1,250. Okay. You know what? I can't be bothered to calculate DPS because it's all weird, it's DPS, because it's stats and everything, right?
I'll mention to figure it out.
Yeah, just watch the wiki space because he'll figure it out eventually. He'll figure out a way to calculate DPS because it's. I'd assume it'll be the amount. No, it can't be the amount damaged. No, it would have to be the amount damaged divided by. But it stacks. That's the thing. It stacks. So any DPS calculation for the Swarmer won't be completely accurate because of the stacking ability of it.
It could be. It could scale based on stack level.
You want Menton?
Like what's the what's the DPS per stack level?
It doesn't. Does it increase by stack level or does it?
Well, every time it shoots, it stacks, right?
Yes, but it depends on the level of the Swarmer.
Yeah, so it changes each time for each level.
Yeah, so basically the Swarmer's DPS is going to variate quite a lot. So at level 3, its cost has increased from 500 to 1,500, meaning that its total cost has increased to 2,750. Meanwhile, its damage has increased from, am I reading this right, 2 to 10? Wow, impressive. But that's I guess that's the non-B element of it. So that's the non-stacking element of it. It deals 10 damage. To be fair, 10 damage though for 2,500. For a fire rate of 1.5, that's a DPS of around, what, 8 for 2,000. And then you got the stacking element of it. So it seems like it's fairly good DPS-wise, at least towards a singular enemy.
Let's see what happens with the Molten Golem. It is in fact increasing.
It is in fact increasing, yes. Does it decrease? Yeah, it does decrease. Also, the honey icon looks just a little bit weird. Okay, to be fair, seems to be quite good. Did you expect, like, minigun type?
What about the Benade? You didn't even use the Benade.
It's not at this... Oh, it is at this level. The Benade... is it the Beehive Grenade or is it Benade?
I call it the Benade.
It's not on this list. It goes out of this list. Wow, okay. It's... Developers, why did you do this? Why can't you, like, have the... Why is this element not scrollable? It should be scrollable. It's... I think it's the beehive grenade, not the grenade.
Well, I call it the grenade.
Anyways, the grenade. To be fair, I don't know what's changed about the grenade. It doesn't say. Also, why is it not using... Oh my god, the projectile is so slow now. Look how fast the projectile throw is. That's so slow. To be fair, it's still only 15 seconds, and I don't actually know how much damage it does. Have they changed the damage? It probably would say, actually. Let's see. 7 range. What? I assume that's the damage. That's the explosion range. Sorry, no, that's level 4. I mean, level 3, what's the... let's see. Range is 6, damage is 10, cooldown is 15 seconds. I believe that's the same as it was before. Okay, so at level 4, its beehive grenade is 7, damage 30, cooldown 15 seconds. So it looks like as you upgrade the Swarmer now, the beehive grenade does actually change its power, which it was lacking previously. Meanwhile, as for level 4 itself, its upgrade cost has increased from 1,400 to 3,000. Its damage has increased from 2 to 15. This is the non-B element of it. Meanwhile, its debuff status is 3 damage. That's quite low, I can't lie. Tick rate is 0.75 and duration is 5.5 seconds. I mean, to be fair, it does have a non-B damage element of, what, 15? So that's quite high. And actually, to be fair, that now does mean that the Swarmer can be damage buffed because there is a non-B element to it. Because previously, the Swarmer couldn't actually be buffed by towers. Are we going to lose?
No. Oh, it actually does. Look at that.
It actually does what?
It killed the hidden boss.
Yeah, damage over time, baby. Anyways, yes, so since you can now buff the Swarmer with the DJ booth and damage elements, like the Mercenary base, I guess that's a buff? What would you think, Shane? Is that a buff?
Yes, on paper, I guess.
So now the Beehive... Sorry, now the Swarmer does, what, 11.25 damage instead of 10 damage at level 3. Very cool. That gets rounded down to 11. It deals 1 more damage. To be fair, 1 more damage is quite a lot. In DPS-wise. Level 4, its range has also increased from 18 to 20. Its cooldown has changed from 1 second to 1 second. Has it? I thought it said 0.75 seconds. Yeah, it's 0.75 seconds, not... Oh, cooldown as in its fire rate. Okay, fair enough. So, yeah, its cooldown has remained the same at 1 second. Meanwhile, its B-tick rate has increased from 0.5 to 0.75. Okay, yeah, we are struggling quite a lot. I think it calls for Swarmer spam time. What? The Beehive level 4 duration has decreased from 6 seconds to 5.5 seconds. And its damage has increased from 10 to 30. So yes, I was right. They had buffed the status effect of the Beehive Grenade. Although, its splash range has actually decreased at level 3 from 8 to 6 and 8 to 7 at level 4. So at level 5, I assume it remains the same at 8. So the Beehive Grenade, more damage, but smaller range.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Smaller range.
Smaller range, but it deals more damage. Okay, to be fair though, it now does a status effect. And also, it doesn't seem like you need a non-stung enemy for the Beehive Grenade to work. So now you can actually spam the Beehive Grenade to your heart's content. So in that regard, it is a buff.
Does the grenade do impact damage?
Yes, it's 30. It's 30 at level 4. Well, at least it seems like it. Okay, so meanwhile, at level 5, its cost has increased from 4,000 to 6,000, meaning that its total cost is 11,750. So not so much the cheap tower that it was before, like $6,000 it was before. That was quite cheap. But I guess with the DJ booth buffing it for its cost, it is kind of a big deal now. Meanwhile, its damage has increased from 2 to 25. This is the non-B damage. What is the normal B damage at this level then? Let's see. B debuff stats 4. Yeah, it's hard to compare because of the way that the B debuff works now, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, it sounds like we need a little bit of this.
You may disagree with me on this. I think it's better with Hordes, the Beehive Grenade.
I mean, it's an explosive, so of course.
No, but it's more consistent now because it now doesn't require an enemy not to be stung for the Beehive Grenade to work. Because previously...
Yeah, that makes it 1,000 times more consistent.
Yeah, so because previously, sometimes you couldn't get it, the beehive grenade to work because there were no enemies that weren't being stunned in range. But now, it doesn't require an enemy to be stung, it can just stack upon it. So, in that regard, it's more consistent, therefore better. See, that's the thing with this Swarmer rework, I feel. It's more a consistency thing rather than a buff or a nerf overall.
That's pretty hard to argue with. Do I think that the range of the sting effect has been decreased?
The range, as in for the
explosion.
For the beehive grenade, not at level 5, it remains the same at 8. It is 8, yes, and it was 8 previously.
But now, is there any placement limit on this thing?
There is no placement limit, so you can still spam it to your heart's content. To continue on from a level 5 changes, its range has remained the same, I believe, at 20. Yeah, it remains the same at 20. Meanwhile, its cooldown has... so its fire rate has increased from 0.5 to 0.75. Meanwhile, its B damage has decreased from 6 to 4. Its B tick rate has also increased from 0.25 to 0.5. And its beehive grenade, B grenade, has increased in damage from 10 to 50. The update log calls it B grenade, not Benade.
Upgrade it.
Bossman, I didn't see it. Also, it looks like the honey things look like rays which pierce. They don't actually pierce.
Medic.
Oh, it also means that the commander now has a better effect on the Swarmer now, because it now has a fire rate and a damage element that actually is significant. Again, it just seems like the Swarmer has been updated so that it's more consistent and more in line with the other towers in the game. So, in my opinion, right, they haven't...
Okay, wait, hold on. What's going on with this thing? Why are the Swarmers not targeting this thing?
What thing? Because they are hidden. Only these towers here have hidden. Shane, they're hidden. The Swarmer can't see hidden. It's the one bad thing about it. Can't see hiddens. Also, I guess
it's not a huge deal.
It's not a huge deal. I'd assume it also can't see flying, nor can it damage lead. Would you agree with me in saying that they have reworked the Swarmer, but it's to just be more consistent rather than it's being buffed or nerfed?
That sounds reasonable.
Because I don't think these changes, in the grand scheme of things, have changed the DPS of the Swarmer overall, or that significantly. It's just that it's more consistent and more in line with the coding of the other games. Oh, sorry, the other towers in the game. Also, I still think the Swarmer is actually relatively quite cheap. Like, yeah, it's increased. I think its total cost has increased from 6,000 to about 11,000. But in pretty much all the game modes, you can still probably get the Swarmer to max in all of them, especially if you have the farm. I don't think it's that much of a big deal that its total price has increased.
Yeah, it's still below 11,000.
Yeah, that's with the DJ booth, though. Do remember. Okay, with the DJ booth on discount settings and also the farm, yeah, it's still quite cheap, man. What is it with the developers, right? Going with a scientist theme in these last few updates.
Beekeeper is not a scientist.
Yes, they are. Categorically, beekeepers are scientists. Oh, they've done a ban wave. Look at the chat. Okay, there is one criticism I have with this tower, though. I can't readily tell which towers of mine are at level 5 or level 4, because previously, at level 4, the outfit for the Swarmers was white, and at level 5, they were beige. Here, level 4 and level 5 are beige, so I can't really tell. How have I used up all my Swarm abilities? Okay, I am actually now lagging because of the amount of beehive grenades there are.
Yeah, I am lagging too.
Huh, okay.
Oh my goodness, look at him! Look, he's getting wrecked!
Oh my god! 11,000! Wait, no. 1,300 stacking. 1,323 bee stacks. No wonder it explodes. That's a dirty amount of bee stings.
I wonder what that amount of bee stings would do to the human body.
Let's experiment it. I have a lab which has bees in it. So let's go experiment that. To clarify, no, I'm not going to experiment that.